guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Vidya and I talk everything books, reviews, recommendations, book lists, hauls, unboxings, everything. If you're back to my channel, then welcome back. I've got another amazing new video just for you. So this video, I wanted to share with you some recommendations for books that you can read during the rainy, monsoon, gloomish season. If you've been here before, you know that I like seasonal reads and I like to recommend seasonal videos. So with the onset of monsoon in a couple of weeks, I feel like this is the right time for me to recommend some books that you could cozy up with during the rainy season. All of these books have this very rainy, gloomy, thunder, lightning vibes. So the more you read it, the more invested you become, especially when it's like raining outside and you're like near a window with a cup of coffee and you're reading these books. It's just amazing. Now this is a mix of middle grade, adult, young adult, everything. So there should be something in this lot for everyone to pick up. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first book that I am going to recommend is A Mega Monster. This is by David Walliams. I love me some David Walliams, always. But this book in specific is so perfect for the rainy weather. If you even open the book up, the first few illustrations are actually purely just rain and stormy weather by a castle. It's just so perfect for the gloomy weather, and the whole story itself is very gloomy-ish. It's about this girl who actually goes to school, to one of the huge Harry Potter-ish kind of school that is located far off on an eerie island, and it's supposed to be a very scary school, and she goes there. Basically, it's called the Cruel School because there's something sinister that keeps happening in that place, and she wants to find out what it's all about. So it's situated right in between shark infested waters, and she goes there and she solves the long pending mystery behind the Manor school that is in the island. So this is a really nice book. It's very easy to read. It's got great illustrations to get you into the mood, and every picture that you see here would be perfect for like the gloomy season. So I would highly recommend this if you're into middle grade books, and it's one of the really good books of David Walliams. The next book that I'm recommending is Dracula by Bram Stoker. Now this is a classic, and this is the perfect classic for this weather. I would put this more towards a rainy, gloomy season than in like the Halloweeny season. So this has a lot of obviously Dracula, and then there are vampires, and there's like this Victorian England that is the ambience that it is set in, and it's got like horrific manners and mysteries and thrilling elements that are part of the story. So this is very spooky and sinister. It's one of the really beautiful classics to read in the gloomy weather. It's got like this always stormy feeling throughout the book, so it's perfect to curl up with. I would highly recommend this book during this season. So the next book that I'm recommending is The Rainfall Market. Now this book is fairly new. It got released earlier this year, but it's just perfect for the rainfall season. I'll just read the excerpt here and it's gonna blow your mind. This one says, on the outskirts of Rainbow Town, there is an old abandoned house. They say that if you send a letter detailing your misfortunes there, you could receive a ticket. If you bring this ticket to the house on the first day of the rainy season, you will be granted entrance into the mysterious rainfall market, where you can choose to completely change your life. That sounds really interesting. I personally have not read this book, but I have heard great things about this book and how it completely encompasses the rainy season, the weather, the monsoon, the storms, the thunder, everything. And the storyline is also really intriguing. So another book that I'm going to recommend as part of this video. Next book I'm recommending is from a children's point of view, and this is Rainy Day Stories by Enid Blyton. This is a collection of short stories that can be read during the rainy season. It's got a lot of like mischievousness, kids elements, a lot of fun, breezy adventure. So it is like a great book to pick up and just read like few stories at a time. If you don't want to put yourself into a huge book, then I would highly recommend this one because the stories are really short and you can get through them quickly, and it's like a perfect sit down and breezy reading book during the gloomy weather. The next book I'm recommending is Quicksilver. This is a viral book, you guys. This book has been so popular everywhere. I am like a quarter way through and I've already decided that I'm going to recommend this book because ever since I started this book, it has been very gloomy. The atmosphere has been very dark. There has been like the word building itself is very subtle and very, I wouldn't say creepy. Creepy is not the word. It's a very monotone, dull element to it, which is not a bad thing, but it's a really good thing for a book like this. And it's completely high fantasy, set in a fae world, and we have Death himself that we get to meet. And I have heard that the audiobook for this is so good and so amazing. So this again is a book that I'm going to recommend because I'm reading it right now and I think it's going to be perfect when the monsoon comes, and that's probably when I'm going to finish it considering the size of this book. So yeah, consider picking this up as well. Next book I'm recommending is The Wizard of Oz. This is another great book. This is also a classic, but more so a classic that is not as intimidating as Dracula. So if you do want to read a classic but don't want something as huge as Dracula, I'd recommend this one. So in this Dorothy, because of a tornado, a storm, her house gets uprooted and then she lands into the land of Oz. If you haven't heard about this book, it's got amazing quests. It's got like whimsical creatures. It's got a very faraway land which obviously doesn't exist. It's got witches. It's got so many elements that is so much fun to go through and pick as some of your favorite characters. And it's also a very nice read to read during the monsoon season as well. So yeah, recommend that one to you as well. The next one that I'm going to recommend is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And I love reading Six of Crows during this time of the year. It is the perfect book to pick up. It's got my favorite character, Kaz. I just love Kaz a lot. I don't know if any one of you have read Six of Crows and you like Kaz, let me know in the comments below. I want to hear what you think about him and the other crows. So basically this is set in a fantasy land. It doesn't exist, but there is a heist that's taking place, and our 6 characters who form the Six of Crows are basically going to do the heist. So a heist in itself is so much fun and it's very adventurous, but a heist that's set in a mystical world, that is even more amazing. I love Six of Crows because it takes you into this whole new world. It's kind of like, I feel like sometimes Leigh Bardugo tries to create her own world like J.R.R. Tolkien did with Lord of the Rings, because it's like a whole separate life altogether, and that's what Leigh Bardugo has tried to do with Six of Crows. In some ways I think that it probably has materialized, maybe not to Tolkien's level obviously, but I feel like when you read this book you automatically learn about those lands, those places, those people. It's a whole experience, and reading it when it's very dark and gloomy is like the perfect time to do it because our characters are also dark and gloomy. Their personalities are dark and gloomy. Kaz is dark and gloomy, and I think that makes him so amazing. So yeah, highly recommend this book as well. Next book I'm recommending is The Wind in the Willows. Now this is again a children's book sort of, but it is a great amazing classic. It's a separate classic, but I don't have the book version of it. I have the illustrated version of it, which I think is more fun to read during the rainy season. So it's got like a bunch of very famous characters, especially Mr. Mole, and then you follow him through his journey through the willows. It used to be one of my favorite books, and I think it still is. I just haven't read it in a while, but it is perfect to read during the rainy season. If you see the illustrations, they're just so pretty and so gorgeous. So it's also got lots of water elements to it and wind elements to it, which I think connote the rainy season really well. So another book that I'm definitely going to recommend, if you have an illustrated version of it, even better. Next book I'm recommending is the series of unfortunate events. Now this is a series, but this is the first book that I just wanted to share with you. If you have read the first book, then you can read the rest of the books in the series. There are 13 books altogether, and this follows the Baudelaire children while they go through their hardships after losing their parents to a supposed fire in the house, and they're like super rich, and their uncle tries to sabotage and get their money, and they try to escape their uncle, and that forms the rest of the series. And they learn more and more about their parents and what they were and what happened to them. It's all a part of the story, and I love this book because the way it's written is very indifferent to other books. It's so unique. I think it's got a very unique style to express the story, and I don't think I've read many books that are similar to this. If you haven't read it, then give it a go. It's not for everyone, but it's a great book if you get get a hang of it. So for example, I'll just read like the first few lines from the back here. It says, "Dear reader, I'm sorry to say that the book you are holding in your hands is extremely unpleasant. It tells an unhappy tale about three very unlucky children. Even though they are charming and clever, the Baudelaire siblings lead lives filled with misery and woe." And misery and woe seems to be like the most perfect way to describe this book. And I feel like the gloomy weather is also kind of associated to that, because it rains a lot in the series, because they're always sad and there's always like misery that's happening around them or people sabotaging them. So that is why I think this is like a great read during this season. The next book I'm recommending is The Wicked Deep. Now this is one of my favorite books of all time. This book is so amazing. It's so good. The word building is good, the plot is good, the personalities of the characters are good. There is absolutely nothing that I did not like about this book. This again, it takes place in like this cursed town called Sparrow, and it's about three sisters who were actually killed during the Salem witch trials, and there is a rumor or belief that these sisters come back again every year during a particular time during the rainy season, and they steal one of the boys and kills them. So is this true, is this not, we will know as you go through the book, but that's the concept of this book. And I feel like because this all sets place every time during the this time frame, which is September time frame, is when this book is supposed to come alive. I highly recommend this book because it is so much of like rain, and it's near like the water, and there's so many water elements and wind elements and witches and trials and things like that associated with it. It's just a great book. If you need me to like talk about any of these books in particular in a separate video, let me know in the comments below, because I kind of just went at a very high level on all of these books, because some of them may not appeal to some of you may like the young adult books, some of you may like adult, some of you may like children, so I don't know. So I kind of like just went over what I would recommend for this season. But if you need me to talk about any particular book, let me know and I will talk to you about that in a separate video altogether. But those are all the books that I want to recommend to you for this season. If you love this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in another video. Bye.